the No Fate channel. Checking in on this episode of the supplement review. I have a whey protein that isn't made from cows. We are living in the future. This is some crazy fringe science, and we're gonna get into it, and ultimately we are gonna do a taste test to see if this non-cow whey protein can stack up and if it's something that's right for you. So if this is your first time to the channel, hey, welcome aboard. I drop new supplement reviews every Tuesday at 1 p.m. If you're not familiar with whey protein, I'll give you the 5-second breakdown. Cows produce milk. Milk is made up of two main components: whey protein, casein protein, and whey protein is beloved by so many bodybuilders and fitness enthusiasts and athletes because it is highly bioavailable. Your body absorbs it very well. It's got a very good spectrum of amino acids, and it is literally above eggs. Eggs sit at 100 on the bioavailability chart, and whey protein typically comes in at 110 to 150 depending on the purity. What's the problem with whey protein? Absolutely nothing. However, if you are vegan, vegetarian, or if you are lactose intolerant, you may not be able to ingest whey protein. And if you're allergic to milk, that's going to make it a big no-no as well. Also, as many of us know, cows are great to eat. They're great for their milk, but they fart, and cows' farts are bad for the environment. So, myprotein has a brand new product, Whey Forward, and apparently it's dropping in 3 flavors. So what's so special about this protein? First and foremost, it doesn't come from cows. I'm going to read it right off this chart because this is some crazy type of science. Whey Forward is molecularly identical to conventional whey and is made by fermenting plant sugars or microflora into milk protein. Make it easy to add 20 grams of protein into your daily routine. And each one of these servings is 20 grams of protein. What flavors do we have? Mint chocolate chip, decadent brownie, and rich salted caramel. And before we do the taste test of all 3, let's just quickly go over it. This is free of lactose, soy, and hormones. This is also sugar-free. Keep in mind, even though it's lactose-free, it does contain milk. So if you're allergic to milk, this is something you cannot have. This is, I believe, vegan non-friendly. So it's not necessarily vegan, but if you're a vegetarian, I think this kind of falls into the category of stuff that you can eat. And it is also considered environmentally friendly because it isn't sourced directly from cows. So 1 packet, 1 satchel, 25.2 grams, 90 calories, 0 fat, 3 carbohydrates, 1 gram of fiber, and 0 grams of sugar, which in general is always a good thing, and then 20 grams of protein. As far as the ingredients, we've got non-animal whey protein, cellulose gum, natural and artificial flavoring, modified food starch, cocoa processed with alkali, and salt, as well as sucralose for flavoring. So I want you to get a good look at my desk. Every time I do one of these protein reviews, the end result, I have more white powder on my desk than like Tony Montana and in Scarface. So take a good look. We're going to mix up all 3. For reference, I am using 4 to 6 ounces of water for each one and a whisking ball. If you used milk, or if you used almond milk, soy milk, or whatever, coconut milk, whatever type of liquid you prefer, it would obviously improve the flavoring because it's going to give a bit more creaminess to it. But I always use water to standardize the process. So let's mix all 3, taste all 3, and I will get back to you in a flash. And I don't care where your whey protein comes from. Cows, microflora, or even algae. If it tastes like garbage, you're not going to want to buy it. Let's see how decadent chocolate tastes. That is a nice sweet chocolate with a nice creaminess to it. So solid flavor for a chocolate, absolutely consumable. And again, that is mixed with water. Let's go mint chocolate chip. That one's even better. You get a really nice mixture of mint and chocolate. If you are a fan of mint chocolate chip, this is a good one. You get some inclusions in there, which means there's going to be like pieces that aren't going to dissolve, but that actually adds to the experience because when you kind of crunch them, you get that mint kind of boost. Now, salted caramel was, and always will be one of MyProtein's best flavors in their Impact Whey Protein, as well as their Impact Whey Isolate Protein. So I got high hopes for this one. Okay, not nearly as good as their Impact Whey Salted Caramel. It is a little bit watery and a little bit devoid of flavor, but you do get that salted caramel twist in there. I just have such high expectations from their beloved Impact Whey Protein Salted Caramel. Overall, who is this right for? Someone who is lactose intolerant and or someone who is conscientious of where their proteins come from and would prefer to not have animal-based protein. So you're hopefully going to get all of the bioavailability that whey protein delivers, which is the reason people love their whey protein and why it's so beneficial to consume for your body. But you're not going to deal with the lactose that comes with it, and you're not going to have to deal with the fact that it does come from cows. What's the price point? I could tell you the price point, but the reality is it shifts often with coupon sales. My coupon code NOFAY247 gets you 40% off every day of the week, and then sometimes it gets bumped up to 50 or 55% off with sales. This is a very reasonable price as far as protein goes, especially where it is coming from non-cows. It's a specialized protein that is really a niche of its own at the moment. So you are going to be paying a bit more than their typical Impact Whey Protein, which is known to be some of the bottom basement protein when it comes to prices. And now it's time. It is time for Fate of the Union, where I give you my final thoughts on MyProtein's Whey Forward. Overall, I don't think it is for everyone. If you are not lactose intolerant and you don't care where your whey protein comes from, you're probably better off sticking with the whey protein that you enjoy, that you're already using, and just stick with it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. However, as a person that's into science and as a person that knows that there are people out there that are lactose intolerant or just don't want protein that comes from animal sources, this is more than a viable option. And for the future of science and humanity, it's a great step. It is a good way to show and see that we are producing food sources that are extremely bioavailable without having to use animals, because they are not necessarily cost effective, and animals do create a little bit more of a drag on the environment than we would like. So this is a step forward. Whether you enjoy this or not, it's a positive thing as far as science goes. If you made it this far in the video, you and I are like two pigs in a blanket. Hopefully you found today's video informative as usual. Don't save anything for the trip back.